Jeff Cowan here. Thanks for watching and listening. As we discussed the last 2 days, the first steps are to put yourself consistently in the top 50% of the sales staff. Another step to creating job security is to be the go-to guy. I remember back in 1987, then three-time Indy 500 winner Al Unser Sr. was in the twilight of his racing career. Although he had won the Indy 500, several championships, many races, and was still considered a threat any time he was on the track, age was his worst enemy. Race car owners are always looking for the next best driver. As Al continued to age, his opportunity to drive an Indy car kept getting smaller and smaller with every passing day. Finally, in 1987, Al showed up at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway with no ride and very little prospects of finding one. As the 4 days to qualify for the race clicked off right in front of him, he finally realized that it was not to be, and a 20-year racing career was likely to be over. But unknown to Al, he was seen as much more than just a three-time Indy 500 winner. He was seen as the go-to guy. He was the one owners had called throughout the previous years to test new cars, train new drivers, and shake down a car for a rookie driver at a given track. Being the go-to guy paid off, and here's how. 2 days after returning home to Albuquerque, New Mexico, rideless for the 1987 Indy 500, the famous team owner Roger Penske called with startling news. His top driver, Danny Ongais, had crashed both his primary car and backup car, severely breaking his leg in the process, leaving him unable to drive the car. Roger needed a driver that could replace him since there were long sponsorships and big sponsorship dollars at stake. Although Roger had many choices, with his back against the wall, he chose to offer Al the opportunity to drive the Indy 500. He informed Al that all he needed to do was run the car as long as he could that day, since all the major sponsors would be in attendance. He also informed Al that the only car he had for him to drive was a show car that had not touched a racetrack in over 2 years. Proving he was the go-to guy, Al not only accepted the opportunity, but went on to win his 4th Indy 500 in what is considered one of the most exciting finishes in the racetrack's 100-year history. By doing so, he secured himself a permanent ride in IndyCar racing for several more years, winning more than a few races along the way. All because he was the go-to guy, the one you could count on to do anything. Now, for you to become the go-to guy, you must be willing to stay late or come in early when no one else wants to. You must be willing to work with the rookies and sit in for someone who did not make it in today. Along with those and many other things you may have to do, you'd be smart to learn some of the basic management processes so that even if the manager needs to step away, you are the go-to guy. Become the one that others count on, and you will be seen as highly valuable, and with that comes job security. Jeff Cowan here. Thanks for watching and listening. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's the way I see selling from my perspective.